Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your January 2020 as above reading. I am Princess India. If you are new, if you are family, welcome back, my friend. So we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' reading. I'm first going to pull a... Oh, I had to make sure my mic was on. I'm first going to pull a Work Your Light Oracle. And my intention for this is to pull light from your lessons as well as your experiences from the past to shine light on your present as well as on your future. So Spirit, please give me one Work Your Light card for my Sagittarians, please, Spirit. You guys showed up a great deal in, oh, good Lord, in America, that is too many cards. You guys showed up a great deal in Cancer's reading. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if some of y'all got Cancer in your chart, but you guys came out in their dice, and there was something else that happened in the extended, so I don't know what that connection's about. One card for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. Thank you for giving me one. All right, we have Soul Family. Calling your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. That's so beautiful. The first thing that comes to my mind about that, Sagittarius, is not all of you, but I feel some of you, which is something you'd have in common with Cancer. Not all of you, but some of you feel a sense of disconnect from your family of origin. Like, like your mom, dad, brother, sister, stuff like that. Like the families you actually come from, you guys never really felt like you belong there, or you may not have close ties or relationships with them. And like I said, it's not everyone. There's just some of you. And I feel that the peace that you guys seek in reference to family, it's going to be found within a soul tribe. So in the event that you don't necessarily resonate with your, blood, goodness gracious, your blood DNA family, this deck is the hardest deck to freaking shuffle. But in the event that you guys don't necessarily resonate with your family of origin, it's okay for you to make your own family, whether that's through friends, whether that's through your soul tribe or what have you. But I feel whatever void you guys are feeling in reference to that, I feel that the healing self to that is found within one soul family. And to know that for those of you who don't have one, it's seeking one out, even if it's an online community, which is why, I have all the little Facebook groups and stuff like that, even if it's through an online community, because as you're going through your healing and growth process, it's imperative to have people who are experiencing what it is that you're experiencing, so you have someone to bounce things off with, and you feel a sense of a kindredness with like-minded people. So if you haven't found one, I would say seek one out or set an intention. You know what I mean? So the first card out that we have for you guys, theme for the month, is the Moon card. This is saying to me that the dreams that you guys have been having or will continue to have or start to have in the month of January are going to be of utmost importance. It's a level of what you're seeking or what you lack or what's disconnected in reference to your family of origin, or what you feel in a communal sense as a block or a hindrance for you or a void in your life. The answers to that lies in your subconscious. So it's a lot of symbolism and themes that are coming up in you guys' dreams. Whoa, y'all got a lot of blocks going on. But it's a lot of symbolism as we come into you guys in your dreams. Also, we're talking about shadow work, with today being the day of the Cancer full moon. Oh, that's probably why. Well, no, I wouldn't say specifically just that. I need to tell everyone to watch the Cancer reading, because I feel, because this full moon being in Cancer, I feel like it's going to be beneficial to everyone. So I'm going to tell you, Sagittarius, I think a lot of the things that I said in Cancer's reading may be of utmost importance to you, even if you don't have Cancer in your chart, just because they're kind of like the mouthpiece with their energy being over today. But anywho, I feel there's a level of shadow work that needs to be done, and a need for you all to listen to your intuition and to dive deeper into yourself. I feel that there's a need for those of you who haven't already to get acquainted with yourself. Okay, have it in America. To get acquainted with yourself, meaning in the sense of looking at your birth chart, looking at you can get the WokeBook. That'll help, because that's looking at, your past experiences and getting to know facets of yourself, looking at your birth chart, looking at your human design, looking at your MBTI, like little things like that. But I feel that for you guys, that's almost like a tamed level of shadow work. But I feel what's going to behoove you guys this month is getting really clear on yourself. Like, who am I? And learning these different aspects of yourself, as well as paying attention to your dreams. Now, when I'm looking at your past influences, we have the Hanged Man card. So I feel that everything that's kind of led you guys to this point is more or less, I would say, the first word that comes to my mind, I want to say it was a co-creation. And it reminds me of something I actually said earlier today. I said when we think about the story of the Hanged Man and we think about how it is that he got there, it's a series of things that I'm sure that he did when he was first hung up, right? It's like he probably tried to get down. He was wiggling, he was shaking, he was screaming for help and feeling sorry for himself. Home dude probably went through the whole 5 stages of grief, right? But finally, when he realized that he wasn't going anywhere, he got to the 5th stage of grief, and that was acceptance, right? I feel that that's what you guys are on the cusp of coming into January, whether you're aware of it or not. It's more or less acceptance is when we integrate our experiences. So as opposed to being angry about the situation that we're in, or feeling despair, feeling sorry for ourselves, being depressed, or trying to, bargain our way out of it, or even being in denial that we're hanging upside down in the first place. It's more or less the moment that we accept the position that we're in. It's like the hangman's eyes are opened, and it's like, oh, things actually look different from this perspective. And then you start to see things in life that you never noticed before that were right under your nose. I feel that's more or less the catalytic experience or the lesson that's going to open you guys up a great deal this month. Because I feel that another thing about this is that it's interpreting your experience via an outdated schematic. So if I were to give a tangible example of this, it would be like the whole thing that we talked about with the soul family thing. It's feeling as if my life is lacking something, because it's like, wow, I don't have a relationship with my parents or with my siblings, or I'm on the spiritual path and no one I am related to is. It's like I feel alone in all of this, or I don't have, a partner or what have you. And it's more or less feeling as if there's something missing. And I'm thinking about one of the cards in my chakra oracle deck. Those have been coming up a lot this month. It's a card where it's a root chakra thing. It's a root chakra card, and it's a story about a waitress. And the waitress is looking at a pie, and she's saying to herself, oh, sigh, I'm just like this pie, because I think her and her boyfriend just broke up and stuff. And she's like, I'm just like this pie. I have a missing piece, And one of the customers says to her, have you ever considered that maybe the pie doesn't have a piece missing? Maybe it's a heart-shaped pie, right? So that's exactly what I'm seeing for you guys. Like, all roads lead you to this point. It's like, I feel it's something that you guys saw in your life as, something that was missing, or some type of malfunction or something of the sort. But it's more or less gaining a higher insight and a different perspective to see, I've never been missing anything at all. All I simply needed was a shift in perspective. And this goes even deeper if we talked about on a macro level, and we talk about the conditioning in society, right? And this gets really, really deep. I love how I use myself. I've been using myself as an example so much. But I say when it comes to family structure, people often ask me, like, because, I'm divorced and stuff like that. So I'm a single mom. And it's like, well, how does your son feel about that? Well, the thing is that the way that I raised my son is never to view, the fact that his parents aren't under the same roof as something that is lacking, right? Or something that's wrong, or that there's a certain standard and a sense of value. So much like with our pathology system that we use, when with the readings that I did back in July, it's like each of us fall into one of 9 paths. None of those paths are greater than the other. They just play different functions. You know what I mean? So it's not really anything that this person is better than that one. And so the same with family structure. Certain families look different. There's some families that have one dad. There's some families that have one mom. There's some families that have two moms. There's some families that have two dads. And there's some families that have a mom and a dad. So everyone's family structure is different. But regardless of whether you have two moms, two dads, one mom, you got a mom and a dad, it doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong. It's not lacking. You know what I mean? Because there's a whole list of propaganda with a nuclear family, but we're not going to get into that. But I use that illustratively. It's to say more or less it's all about a sense of perception. If you feel that you're missing something, right? Or if you've been told that you're missing something and you believe it, then you are. But if you change your definition or you change the schematic that you're utilizing to measure it, that completely shifts the dynamic. And instead of putting you at the will of life, it puts you in power, right? It puts you in a position to where things are happening for you as opposed to you. Now, looking at the 3 cards that came out for you guys, roadblock, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the 8 of Cups, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. So what I would say is there's a new spark of inspiration that's crying out for you guys to walk away from things that are no longer serving you, to release one of these 2 competing ideals, and to go with fervor in the direction of manifesting said inspiration. However, I feel that it is the emotional bindings of the level of what one has invested into something or someone that makes it somewhat difficult to walk away. It's the thought of, will I get my proverbial 10 of Cups here? Can I find fulfillment here? But I feel if one was very honest with themselves and you think about what brings light to your life, if you think about what gives you joy, if you think about what would make you get out of bed every morning, what is the true driving fire and force of your life, if you were honest with yourself, you would know that wherever you are that you know that you're not happy, you know it's not there, right? You're fully aware of that. I feel for each of you, this can manifest in different facets of your life. For some of you, this could be in a relationship. For some of you, it could be a job. For some of you, it could just be your own inner state. You know what I mean? Like your own inner world. And there being a need to more or less face one's wounding, to face that part of yourself, and this is specifically for those of you where this is an internalized thing, because I'm looking back at the moon card here. It's like facing your shadow, that part of yourself that is, screaming to come to the surface, right? The thing that's found in your triggers, the thing that's found in your, the things that irritate you to no end. It's like, why do people like that trigger you so bad? Why do those particular things get on your nerves? For those of you where it's friendships, relationships, or jobs, it's like looking at the fact that this either isn't in alignment with your truth, this doesn't inspire you, or you've been investing into something that's not investing into you, But I feel that there's a level of you guys still being in a place of weighing your options, what isn't necessarily a bad thing. Because I say with this Ace of Wands, if it's a new inspiration, like something that's motivating you to move forward, just the simple fact that with the 2 of Pentacles that you guys are in a place of weighing things out, that's not necessarily a bad place to be in, because it's more or less, like I said, specifically competing ideals. It's more or less which one resonates more with you. Which one is more in alignment with your truth? I feel that the answer to that question will be found in this reflection that's done within the moon card, or it's going to be revealed to you in a dream state, or was last night before you watch this, or tonight after you watch this, with this whole eclipse energy. I feel the true essence of whatever is at the root of what's holding you all back is going to be revealed to you this month, if not during this full moon. I feel like that's going to be made very, very clear to you. And with the possibilities for January, we have the Ace of Swords. So that's like a breakthrough in so many words. So this is actually really beautiful. Now that I'm really looking at this in totality, it's more or less, you guys' roadblock isn't really much of a block. It's more of a state of reflection to more or less make the right decision moving forward. It's like a new perspective is coming in. So I feel that's the spiritual influence that's coming in from your past experiences. But I feel whether it's during a dream state or even if it's just an intuitive hit, it's like what you guys have been seeking or what has been the root of lack in your life or what have you. I feel that's going to become very clear to you guys this month, and you're going to make the decision to go in the direction of it. So I'm really seeing this Ace of Swords as the possibilities for the end of January as an explosion of thought, like an epic epiphany, an aha moment of I see it now, you know? It's seeing things very clearly and really having a breakthrough and moving forward and making the decision to cultivate a life or a path or a relationship or a job or whatever that's more in alignment with your highest truth, which is freaking beautiful. I'm just saying, Sagittarius. So we're going to go ahead and throw the dice of resonance so you can ask a yes or no question if you like. Ooh, we have family. Funny. We have Sag and Cancer. Look, okay, I'm not playing with y'all today. I don't know what is going on with you in Cancer, Sagittarius. I have no idea. But Cancer is here and Sagittarius is here together. And we have family. And the answer to your question is no, and we have Sun. I would really strongly suggest that you guys watch the Cancer reading. I think that that would be very helpful for you. And also, since you guys are the last sign that I'm doing, I'm gonna oh no, where's my key? Please don't tell me that I was gonna freak out because I gotta throw the dice. They have no name. I was about to be so mad if it was on the other side of the room. But I'm gonna pick you guys a Moonology card. Spirit had me pick this deck up. Still not really sure what I'm going to do with it. But I gave Cancer one. I think they got two actually. And they're extended. So since y'all got this whole thing going on, I'm gonna pick one for you too. Whoop. I know you lying to me. Y'all got three. This is, I don't know what is going on with y'all in Cancer, but this is the same Cancer. Same Cancer. This is the same card that Cancer got. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Or was it the new moon in Leo? I know it was Leo something. And we have work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Ha! And the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. I know you lying to me. And then the moon card. It has this big, huge, beautiful full moon on it. How dope is that? Oh, and that is the Cancer card. Man, dude, honestly, Sag, I really think that maybe this whole thing is coming up because Spirit is pointing you guys in the direction of that Cancer reading. I feel like there may be more stuff there for you, and I would say that today is like a really important, epic day for you guys. Don't let pride get in your way. Work through your fears, and the answers you need are coming. With the goddamn full moon, son of a gun. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Okay. Let's throw the dice that have no name, and then after that, we're going to pull the cards for our extended. We have the number 1, we have Pisces, and I have no idea what planet that is. You would think I would know these things by now, but that's why we have our key. All right, let's see. What planet are you? Uranus. I think there's, isn't Uranus going direct or something like that? This is one of our spiritual ambassador planets. The overall theme for it is the golden aura, Christ consciousness, and agape love. You're being challenged to become more than human. It's a call for change and growth in our consciousness. Your motivations are shifting from personal to spiritual. The pilot of your soul's evolutionary drive or desire is attracting outer events and situations into your life that reflect the inner needs. These provide the stepping stones for your spiritual growth. This makes me think of, if I could pick it up, the Ace of Wands. That is, I mean, not literally, you know, the whole bone with meat on it, but what the Ace of Wands represents, I look at that as like a match that lights the pilot of your soul's evolutionary experience. So with Uranus, it says mental understanding of the higher planes of consciousness. My word that I made up, intuitive intellectualism, realization that you are a walking miracle, spirit and bone, heaven on earth, the walking paradox, applying practical methods to intuitive wisdom. Absolutely. And what I feel with this and how this manifest with you guys in reference to what has come out in this reading, I believe that there's going to be practical action steps that are applied to the information that you guys receive, that you intuitively oh, did I forget? I'm all over the place. That's what's going on in America. It's going to be practical application that is going to be applied to the intuitive information that you guys received, to this little epiphany and aha moment. So anywho, you guys had the number 1, and your major arcana to meditate on for the month is the Magician. And number 1 talks about beginnings, strength and self-reliance, opening and awakening to the self, personal identity, individuality, and union and unity. 2 sides of one coin, which is also very similar to what we talked about with Cancer. It's more or less, first you have to learn who you are not in order for you to ever know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to pick our cards for the extended. The first card we're picking is our person or pattern of interest. Whoa, hello. Oh, this is funny. And you guys have the off the grid card. That is hilarious. Let's see. Then we're going to pick a card from the Dark Mirror Oracle. I like to look at these cards as being able to look into the darkness of your soul. What is this? Queen of My World. Ain't that something? And the other cards we have the 5 of Cups. We have the King of Wands in reverse. We have the Fool in reverse. And lastly, we have the Page of Wands. So I'm going over to the Vimeo, Sagittarius. If you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your face. And I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.